Hey, it's Just Lyle, and today I'm reviewing X-Men Apocalypse, the eighth X-Men movie in the X-Men universe, uh, started by Bryan Singer back in 2000. So X-Men, the X-Men franchise. X-Men 1, it came out before people knew how to make good comic book movies. Like, it's a good movie, and it's a good movie, and it's better than it should be. Um, I think it's got some problems. Looking back at it, it's kind of messy. I'm not the biggest fan of Bryan Singer just in general. I think he kind of he does some things really good, and then some things just fucking drive me insane. X-Men 2, I think is a legitimately a really good movie, and if I was gonna rank them, like the whole X-Men universe, I would probably put it X-Men First Class at one. Then I'd probably have Deadpool at two, and then I'd probably have X-Men 2 at three. And then there's probably the Wolverine. I actually really enjoyed the Wolverine. So yeah, I like X-Men 2. I think it's really good. I like the beginning. I like the Phoenix stuff and Striker. Striker's always good. And this universe seems to think so because every fucking other movie they're going back to Weapon X or they're showing Striker again or he's fucking hanging out. He's like the goddamn center of the universe. X-Men 3 is a fucking horrible abomination that we shouldn't talk about. We should just fucking get rid of it. Uh, Brett Ratner makes fucking Bryan Singer look like the greatest director of all time. Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Uh, it's not great, but it's got some stuff that does alright. I like the beginning of the movie with the origin of Wolverine and Sabretooth and like them coming up together and fighting alongside one another. And I even like the beginning of Weapon X with uh, like Wade Wilson and them all working together and fighting their way up and like smart mouth Wade Wilson before they fuck him up and so his goddamn mouth shut like a bunch of assholes. So those two X Men 3 and Wolverine Origins bad. Those are way fucking awful. Um, then First Class came. I really like First Class. Matthew Vaughn. I thought he did a really good job. The suits were fucking colorful for once. Because Bryan Singer seems to be afraid of making them wear anything besides fucking black outfits. I thought the new generation was good. I liked McAvoy. I was a fan of him, so I like him as Professor Xavier. And I fucking Michael Fassbender is one of my favorite actors working right now, uh, and I thought he is the best Magneto. Like he's so fucking good, and he's definitely the best. Nick Holt. I like Nick Holt. I'm a fan of Skins and obviously Mad Max. He's been fine as Beast. The Beast doesn't really do much. Uh, he could fight a little better, but that's part of this whole franchise's problem is the action kind of looks it's kind of garbage. Um, Jennifer Lawrence, uh, I think she's fine first class. You know, you got the rest of them: Havoc, Banshee, Darwin. All those mutants were great. I thought that was cool. Bringing the team together is awesome. You got the Hellfire Club. The Hellfire Club's fucking badass, and Sebastian Shaw, Kevin Bacon, fucking awesome. Uh, Azazel, great. Teleporting people up in the fucking sky and dropping them. That was awesome. It's a great scene. Um, so I really like First Class. Thought it was good. I was really excited for Days of Future Past leading up because I love the Days of Future Past story, and you know I thought it was fine. I didn't really like it the first time I watched it. I thought it had a lot of problems, mainly with the older cast. But the most interesting part of Days of Future Past I found was the mutants in the future with like Warpath and Blink and Iceman fighting the Sentinels. The new mutants, just getting away from the old ones. And then the story went on. Wolverine's back in the past, and it's kind of just nothing. It's just Mystique in the center of the universe. Just Mystique, the most boring mutant of all. Mystique's power is literally someone says cut, and then they bring in another actor, and then they say action, and then it's Mystique as fucking whoever the fuck they want. It's the worst mutant power ever. on screen. I get it, Jennifer Lawrence is like a big star and all that, but I think it definitely hurt the movie in the long run. Some of the stuff is good. Like I think overall it's a fine movie. It's uh, definitely Bryan Singer's second best. I think it's a little under X-Men 2, and it's definitely above Apocalypse. So let's actually get to Apocalypse. So X-Men Apocalypse. First, I'd say the New Mutants once again are the standouts. Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, from Game of Thrones. I thought she did an awesome job. I like Jean Grey. She's definitely way better than fucking Famke Janssen or whatever the fuck. Famke Janssen hanging out, staring at shit all the time. That I didn't like that. The best thing about Famke Janssen is her name is like hilarious to say. Ty Sheridan, great. I thought Ty Sheridan was great in Mud, and I think he's great as Cyclops. Cody Smith-McPhee, I think that's how you say it. Uh, I thought he was awesome. Nightcrawler, Kurt Wagner, uh, great. I like Nightcrawler, and like he's never been my favorite mutant, but the teleporting always looks cool, and he's just always like he's fun, all that. He's good in this. I enjoyed him. Uh, Alexandra Shipp as Storm. She did good. She's definitely better than Halle Berry. Maybe they'll actually give her a name, and they just won't call her Storm like they did in the rest of the movies. And I just want more of the New Mutants. Like I felt like I wanted another hour of just the young kids hanging out, going to the mall. I know there's a deleted scene where they go to the mall. Um, so I thought they did a great job. Evan Peters comes back as Quicksilver, and he's fantastic. He's fucking awesome. He gets another super slow mo scene that I think maybe it's definitely on par with the kitchen scene from Days of Future Past. I love Evan Peters, great actor. I just enjoy watching him in whatever he's in. Uh, Mystique, like I know I said I had problems with Jennifer Lawrence, but she was all right in this. She wasn't in it as much as I expected. Like I remember seeing the trailers and I was just like, oh, they're fucking making Mystique the leader of the goddamn team, leading the team. It didn't bother me as much actually watching it. Nick Holt, he's beast. He just does whatever. McAvoy, he's fine. He's good. Fassbender, fucking killing it. So good, so good. His story's like he's just so sad. And the last like the trilogy of First Class to now has definitely been his story. Uh, and I thought he was awesome. Oscar Isaac. So I really like Apocalypse as a character in the comics and the animated show. He's so good. And I still remember seeing the pictures of Apocalypse, and I hated it. I fucking hated the way he looked. I hated his stupid head, and I fucking hated his giant shoulder things, and I fucking hated it. It was awful. And when I actually watched it, it wasn't that bad. I still don't like the design very much. Like, just make him look like fucking Apocalypse. He doesn't need weird shit. Make him fucking grow too. He doesn't need to stay the same goddamn size. But I thought Oscar Isaac did a great job. If it wasn't Oscar Isaac, I wouldn't have given it a goddamn nothing. I wouldn't give a shit about fucking Apocalypse. But he was so good that you would stop. I stopped thinking of him as Oscar Isaac, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking Apocalypse. And he's controlling sand and fucking melting people in the walls and shit. That's fucked up. There's a scene where the original or one of the original four horsemen, like the four horsemen, uh, are trying to defend Apocalypse, and they're just fucking people up. They're like crushing people's skulls. At one point, one of them lifts this person up and then just like fucking crushes them into a ball, and that's fucked up. Uh, there's like one of them's got fire and just melts like seven dudes. Uh, so that scene was like violent as fuck and came out of nowhere. This movie kind of cuts all over the place because I don't think it feels like it doesn't know who it wants to follow and who is like the centerpiece of the story. It's just kind of like, oh, it's Cyclops. Here's Cyclops, and he's his powers have awakened, and it's his story, and Havoc's there, and you remember Havoc and like they're brothers, yeah, and they're going to the school. Oh yeah. Oh, but here's Mystique's story, and she's like underground, and she goes to this like fight club, and Angel's there, and Nightcrawler's there, and they're fighting, and she stops it because she's like fighting the power and liberating them, yeah. And then it's Magneto's story, and he's living in Poland, and he's got a wife, and he's hiding his powers. He's got a daughter, and it's just all over the fucking place. So Moira McTaggart shows up, Everybody's favorite Rose Byrne showing up as Moira McTaggart, the most like she's been on two fucking missions. Like she's fighting Sebastian Shaw and Apocalypse. She's got no fucking powers. She does nothing. But she's hanging out, I guess. Um, and then some sad shit happens with Magneto. I don't want to get into because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But it's pretty sad, kind of random, and like it's not really earned because you don't like it. They're just like you should care about this, and I kind of didn't give a shit. Like it's sad, but and it's only sad because Michael Fassbender. You kind of know the character. So like the first like hour and like it's like because it's like an hour and a half is really good. It's what's going. I had heard that it kind of falls off in the third act, and it definitely does. But the action in these movies is just like if it's a beam shooting out of somebody, it looks great. But as soon as anybody has to do any kind of choreography or movement, it just kind of looks like garbage. Like Beast fighting Psylocke. You tell me Beast is fighting Psylocke, it should be fucking awesome, but it just kind of looks like shit. Like they need somebody to do what Winter Soldier did to Captain America, because watching the first Avengers, Captain America's a fucking punk bitch in the first Captain America movie. And then the Winter Soldier comes and he's fucking people up, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know Cap could do this. And that's what they do with the X-Men. It's goddamn X-Men. Like, even the scene where Wolverine shows up midway through the movie and as Weapon X, um, it was good. It was the best Wolverine has been, like fucking people up and stabbing people and there's blood everywhere. But it still wasn't the best it could be. It's fucking Wolverine. I thought for the most part it was shot well and it looked good. Some of the scenes, there's a scene where Apocalypse is talking to Professor X, and it's these weird close-ups of like the sides of their head, uh, and that looked fucking didn't look great. I had a fun time watching it. I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Um, it's got problems. Like that third act is a huge mess, but before that, leading up to it was good. Especially if you're so like tied in with the story and the franchise. Like you've been watching it for like what is it, 16 years? Uh, you feel like you know the characters, you know this universe, and it definitely does a good job at feeling. It feels like that universe. So it does a good job of that. Um, I don't like a lot of Bryan Singer's decisions, but he did fine. Like he didn't Brett Ratner it or fucking Gavin Hood it and fuck it up real bad. Uh, so I think he did all right there. The writing was all right. Like some of the lines were a little like you guess them before they happen, but it's fine. Didn't need to be the best. Um, I'd like the suits to be a little better. Like, can we get some fucking color in here? And they do at the end. There's a shot where they're kind of like Cyclops has got the mark on his thing from the animated show, and they're like maybe next movie we'll finally get some fucking color and they'll look like what they're supposed to look like. But overall, I think it's worth watching. It's a little long. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Uh, but if you like the X-Men movies, it's worth watching. Especially to see Fassbender. Hopefully, let's get Mystique out of here. We don't need her around to be in these movies. Definitely don't pay her a shitload of money to be in these movies. She's not that important. Give Fassbender double his money. Even he doesn't even need to be in it for a while. Like, let's get some new blood in here. Let's get some new characters in here set up. I know Mr. Sinister's coming in Wolverine. I'm really excited for Wolverine and their version of Old Man Logan. What are we gonna do with that? Deadpool 2 is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to Cable. So let's just get some new people in there. There's a shitload of X-Men. Let's get some people going. Let's get some tell these stories. Let the new kids shine. Let Cyclops, Jean, let all these young kids go. Like do it. You bring back the Beast, like McAvoy. He can come back as Professor Xavier. He doesn't need to be in a lot. He just needs to fucking be in his chair, talking to him with his mind, hanging out in Cerebro every once in a while. Overall, I think I'd probably give it it's an average movie, like 7 out of 10. Like Oscar Isaac was so good, and like it had enough positives, like enough pieces scattered throughout this movie that I enjoyed to willing to recommend it. Uh, Quicksilver is so fucking good. Yeah, definitely. I think it's 7 out of 10. Hey, yeah, all right. So, yeah, if you like that, me fucking rambling about X-Men, check out some of my other reviews where I ramble nonsense and touch my face a bunch. And like, if you feel like it, like the video, subscribe, comment. All right, bye.